What does it mean to be the next Patrick Mahomes? For Caleb Williams, it's not just a flattering comparison, it's a monumental expectation. As the presumed first overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, Williams has been heralded as a generational talent, a quarterback with the tools to revolutionize the game. But here's the real question. Will Caleb Williams rise to fulfill his potential and rewrite the NFL's future? Or will the enormous weight of expectation crush what could have been the league's next great dynasty? Caleb Williams' story is one of relentless ambition, rooted in a family that dared to dream big. Born on November 18, 2001, in Washington, D.C., Caleb was raised in a household where hard work and determination were non-negotiable values. His father, Carl Williams, played a central role in shaping Caleb's path. When 10-year-old Caleb declared he wanted to be the greatest quarterback to ever play, Carl didn't just support the dream, he engineered a plan to make it a reality. From that day forward, every decision was purposeful. Mornings began before sunrise with intense workouts that rivaled the routines of seasoned professionals. Evenings were dedicated to film study or training sessions with top quarterback coaches, ensuring Caleb honed both his physical and mental game. The family even relocated Caleb to an apartment near Gonzaga College High School, cutting out long commutes to maximize his time for training and academics. Every aspect of their lives revolved around his development, leaving no room for distractions. At Gonzaga, Caleb quickly demonstrated that his father's belief was well placed. As a freshman, he earned the varsity starting quarterback role, a rarity at his age. But Caleb wasn't satisfied with simply starting. He was determined to excel. His rapid growth and leadership qualities became evident as he matured into a rising star. These early moments defined Caleb not just as a talented player, but as a young leader unafraid of pressure, setting the stage for the remarkable journey that lay ahead. The relationship between Caleb and Carl was about more than just football. Carl instilled resilience, discipline, and character in his son, preparing him for the inevitable challenges of pursuing greatness. For the Williams family, success was more than a goal, it was the expectation. Every step of Caleb's journey, from the pre-dawn workouts to his rise at Gonzaga, was a testament to that unyielding commitment to excellence. As Caleb grew, what was once just potential began to manifest into extraordinary feats on the high school football field. By the time Caleb Williams stepped onto the field as Gonzaga's starting quarterback, his potential was undeniable. But it wasn't just his skill that set him apart, it was his unrelenting drive to prove that greatness was within his grasp. From his sophomore year onward, Caleb's performances weren't just dominant, they were transformative. He redefined what it meant to play quarterback at the high school level. That sophomore season wasn't just impressive statistically, it was historic. Passing for 2,624 yards and 26 touchdowns, while rushing for an additional 364 yards and 10 scores. Caleb led Gonzaga to the top of Washington, D.C.'s football world. Yet, stats alone don't tell the full story of Caleb's high school dominance. His crowning moment came during the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference Championship. With the game seemingly lost, Caleb engineered one of the most unforgettable sequences in high school football history. Down by 3 points with just seconds left, Caleb launched a 53-yard Hail Mary pass that soared through the air, defying gravity and logic. When the ball found its mark in the end zone, a wave of euphoria erupted in the stands. It wasn't just a championship, it was a statement. Caleb Williams was built for the spotlight. That night, Caleb wasn't just a young quarterback anymore. He was a legend in making. Caleb's dominance didn't stop there. Despite missing his senior season due to COVID-19, his reputation only grew. As a junior, he threw for over 1,700 yards and accounted for 37 total touchdowns. His unique blend of arm talent and athleticism earned him the Elite 11 MVP, placing him among an exclusive group of quarterbacks destined for greatness. Caleb wasn't just another 5-star recruit, he was the most electrifying player in his class. But what truly separated Caleb was his ability to thrive under pressure. From clutch throws to his relentless preparation, every moment felt like a step towards something bigger. Through every pass, every run, and every improbable victory, Caleb Williams left an indelible mark on high school football. His journey at Gonzaga was not just about wins or statistics. It was about shaping an identity, a player who wouldn't just dream of greatness, but would relentlessly chase it. With a reputation that preceded his name, Caleb entered the SIA not just as a prospect, but as a phenom waiting to be proven. For many athletes, the leap from high school to college represents a monumental shift, a proving ground where raw potential either flourishes or falters. For Caleb Williams, the transition was nothing short of explosive. His arrival at Oklahoma in the fall of 2021 marked the beginning of a collegiate career that would reshape the landscape of college football. Recruited by Lincoln Riley, a coach renowned for crafting Heisman winners like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, Caleb had landed in the perfect environment to maximize his potential. But even in a program steeped in quarterback tradition, Caleb's ascent was anything but ordinary. Initially, Caleb entered his freshman season as the backup to Spencer Rattler, a celebrated recruit in his own right. However, destiny called in a game that will forever be etched in college football history. It was the Red River rivalry, a showdown against Texas, and Oklahoma found itself trailing by 21 points in the second quarter. The Sooners needed a spark, and Caleb delivered. Taking the field for his first meaningful snaps, the freshman phenom engineered an improbable comeback. He threw for over 200 yards, rushed for a 66-yard touchdown, and orchestrated a game-winning drive that stunned the Longhorns. In that single game, Caleb didn't just take Spencer Rattler's job, he took over the hearts of Oklahoma fans. As Oklahoma's starter, Caleb quickly proved he wasn't just a flash in the pan. His ability to extend plays, make off-platform throws, and display an uncanny sense of poise under pressure turned him into a must-watch player. Highlights from his freshman season include a 6-touchdown performance against Texas Tech and a total of 21 passing touchdowns, paired with 6 rushing scores. Yet, it wasn't always smooth sailing. In losses to Baylor and Oklahoma State, Caleb faced moments of adversity, throwing 2 interceptions against Baylor and struggling to overcome defensive schemes designed to neutralize him. Despite these challenges, he finished his freshman year with a statement win over Oregon in the Alamo Bowl, capping the season with flashes of brilliance. The offseason brought seismic changes. Lincoln Riley departed Oklahoma for USC, leaving Caleb with a choice: stay loyal to the program or follow the coach who had recruited him. For Caleb, the decision was clear. Joining Riley at USC wasn't just about continuity, it was about building something unprecedented. His sophomore season with the Trojans was nothing short of magical. Caleb broke USC records with over 4,500 passing yards and 42 touchdowns, adding another 10 scores on the ground. His improvisational style, highlighted by jaw-dropping throws and electrifying scrambles, captivated audiences. The culmination of his efforts came when Caleb won the Heisman Trophy, becoming the first USC quarterback to claim the honor since Matt Leinart. Yet, even in the midst of personal glory, team success eluded Caleb. In the Pac-12 championship, a rematch against Utah, Caleb threw for 3 touchdowns, but could not overcome USC's defensive struggles. Despite his heroics, the Trojans fell short of the college football playoff. His junior year followed a similar pattern: spectacular individual performances, including over 3,000 passing yards and 30 touchdowns. But a lack of support from his team's defense and offensive line hampered his efforts. Losses piled up, leaving USC outside the playoff picture once again. Even so, Caleb's impact was undeniable. In just 2 seasons, he amassed over 8,000 passing yards and 72 touchdowns at USC, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest college quarterbacks of his generation. Caleb Williams' collegiate journey was a roller coaster of triumph and heartbreak, a vivid tapestry of jaw-dropping highs and sobering lows. But through it all, one truth remained constant: Caleb Williams wasn't just a player, he was a phenomenon, a quarterback whose talent, resilience, and charisma had already made him a legend before even stepping foot on an NFL field. While college revealed Caleb Williams' raw talent, it also highlighted unique traits that warranted comparisons to Mahomes. Caleb Williams has often been compared to Patrick Mahomes, a name synonymous with quarterbacking brilliance and innovation. For Williams, the comparison isn't just about flattery, it's rooted in the way he redefines what's possible on a football field. His ability to extend plays, throw from impossible angles, and make split-second decisions is a masterclass in modern quarterbacking. From sidearm throws that cut through tight windows to jump passes under pressure, Williams has an arsenal of skills that few NFL veterans can match, let alone college players. At the heart of Caleb's game is his arm strength, his ability to launch the ball 60-plus yards downfield, whether in stride or off-platform, makes him a constant threat to defenses. It's not just the distance that impresses, but the precision with which he throws. Whether he's threading the ball between defenders or dropping it perfectly into the arms of his receiver, Caleb's arm talent places him in the 99th percentile of quarterback prospects. Plays like his 70-yard bomb against Utah or his pinpoint touchdown pass under heavy pressure against Notre Dame have left scouts and analysts in awe. These aren't just throws, they're statements. What makes Caleb truly special, however, is his pocket presence. While many quarterbacks crumble under pressure, Caleb thrives. His ability to sense the rush, step up into the pocket, and create space is as good as it gets. Against elite defenses, Caleb demonstrated an uncanny ability to evade pressure while keeping his eyes downfield, often turning broken plays into touchdowns. In one unforgettable sequence against UCLA, he evaded 3 pass rushers, spun out of a collapsing pocket, and launched a 40-yard strike on the move. It's this blend of athleticism, vision, and creativity that draws comparisons to Mahomes. Beyond his physical tools, Caleb's mental game sets him apart. While still developing in some areas, his ability to read defenses, scan through progressions, and adjust mid-play shows maturity far beyond his years. Plays where he manipulates defenders with his eyes, creating openings for receivers, are a hallmark of his game. This combination of cerebral acumen and physical talent is rare, even among the NFL's best. His knack for improvisation doesn't just excite fans, it terrifies defenses. Caleb Williams isn't just another quarterback with a strong arm and fast legs. He's an artist in the chaos, a player who turns impossible situations into highlight reels. The Mahomes comparison isn't just hyperbole, it's a glimpse into what Caleb Williams could become. But for all his strengths, the NFL won't just test his talent, it will demand consistency, refinement, and growth. And that's the next challenge for a player already brimming with potential greatness. But even the greatest talents face obstacles. For Caleb, the same elements that make him a unique prospect also present challenges that must be overcome on a professional level. For all the brilliance Caleb Williams has displayed on the field, the transition to the NFL will present unique challenges that could shape his legacy. The traits that make him extraordinary, his improvisational style and fearless playmaking, also bring risks. NFL defenses operate at a level of speed and complexity that demands precision and discipline, areas where even the most talented quarterbacks face growing pains. For Caleb, the road ahead will require not just adapting to the game's demands, but mastering them. A key area of concern lies in his reliance on off-platform throws. While Caleb's ability to throw from any angle is mesmerizing, it sometimes leads to lapses in footwork that disrupt the timing of plays. In college, his athleticism often allowed him to escape trouble and make magic happen. But in the NFL, defensive linemen close gaps in a fraction of a second. Without consistent mechanics, these moments of brilliance could turn into costly mistakes, like interceptions or missed opportunities. For Caleb, the challenge will be finding a balance between his natural creativity and the structure required to succeed against the league's best. Reading NFL defenses will also be a critical test. While Caleb has shown flashes of brilliance in scanning the field and working through progressions, he occasionally locks onto his primary target or hesitates to anticipate throws. The NFL's speed demands that quarterbacks process information in split seconds, making anticipation an essential skill. This isn't just about avoiding mistakes, it's about maximizing every opportunity to exploit a defense. If Caleb can develop this ability further, it will solidify his status as a true franchise quarterback. But perhaps the greatest challenge Caleb faces isn't on the field, it's the pressure of the expectations surrounding him. Being compared to Patrick Mahomes or labeled a generational talent creates a level of scrutiny that few players endure. Every game, every throw, and every decision will be analyzed under a microscope. While Caleb has shown resilience in moments of emotional vulnerability, such as his tears following tough losses, the NFL will amplify these pressures. Navigating this intense spotlight will require not only skill, but also mental fortitude to manage the weight of a hungry fan base and relentless media. Finally, Caleb's success will depend heavily on the environment he steps into. The NFL is filled with stories of quarterbacks whose careers were derailed by unstable organizations or a lack of support. A strong coaching staff, a competent offensive line, and reliable playmakers are essential for any rookie quarterback, especially one with Caleb's skill set. If his potential landing spot, such as the Chicago Bears, can provide these elements, Caleb will have a solid foundation to thrive. Otherwise, even his immense talent may struggle to overcome the chaos. Caleb Williams' journey to NFL stardom will not be easy, but that's what makes it so compelling. His ability to address these challenges, to refine his mechanics, sharpen his mental game, and rise above the immense pressure will determine whether he becomes another highly touted prospect or a quarterback who truly redefines the position. The stakes are high, but Caleb's talent and determination make him uniquely equipped to rise to the occasion. Success in the NFL is not guaranteed, but for Caleb, overcoming challenges will be the first step to making a transformative impact on a team and city hungry for victories. When Caleb Williams steps onto an NFL field, he won't just be carrying the hopes of a franchise. He'll be carrying the weight of expectations set by an entire football community, with his presumed landing spot being the Chicago Bears. A franchise desperate for a transformative quarterback, Caleb's arrival could mark the dawn of a new era. But as with any rookie quarterback, his impact will depend on factors far beyond his immense talent. The Bears, who have endured years of mediocrity and instability at the quarterback position, have placed their faith in Caleb to turn things around. Chicago's passionate fan base has long awaited a savior, someone capable of delivering the consistency and excellence that has eluded the team. Since its storied days of dominance decades ago, Caleb's ability to make magic happen on the field gives fans reason to believe he can be that savior. But with hope comes the risk of impatience. As Caleb learns to navigate the complexities of the NFL, he'll need time, something not all quarterbacks are afforded. The environment in Chicago presents both opportunities and obstacles. On one hand, the Bears have made strides in building a more competitive roster. Caleb would have weapons like wide receivers DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, whose experience and playmaking abilities provide reliable targets. On the other hand, the Bears' offensive line remains a work in progress. Protecting Caleb will be crucial in preserving his confidence and health. Without consistent protection, even the most talented quarterbacks can falter under relentless pressure. If the Bears can continue to strengthen their roster and create a stable ecosystem, Caleb's transition could be smoother than that of many other first overall picks. However, the expectations Caleb will face in Chicago are unlike anything most rookies experience. While the Bears were not the NFL's worst team during the previous season, their acquisition of the first overall pick through trades has created an unusual dynamic. This isn't a team in complete rebuild mode, but one with enough pieces to generate playoff aspirations. Caleb will enter a situation where the demand isn't just to improve, but to elevate the team to immediate contention. The comparisons to other rookie quarterbacks who thrived, like C.J. Stroud in Houston, will only amplify the pressure. Stroud's success in his debut season set a high bar for rookie quarterbacks, one that fans and analysts will inevitably use to measure Caleb's progress. Beyond the field, Caleb's cultural impact in Chicago could be monumental. A quarterback who is not only skilled but also marketable, he has the charisma to energize the city. His college highlights alone have created an almost mythical image, and his off-field presence has garnered national attention. But with every sponsorship deal and media appearance, the stakes rise. Caleb isn't just expected to be great, he's expected to be iconic. If Caleb Williams can rise above the challenges and capitalize on his opportunities, His potential to transform the Bears into perennial contenders is undeniable, but the NFL is a league where potential is only part of the equation. Success will require Caleb to grow beyond his current strengths, overcome his flaws, and prove that he is not just a generational talent, but a generational leader. For the city of Chicago, a football-obsessed town yearning for a hero, Caleb Williams could be everything they've hoped for, or another chapter in a history of unfulfilled dreams. Regardless of which team lands him, Caleb Williams' impact will extend far beyond the field. He's already forging a legacy, but it's in the next steps that his story will truly be written. Before we dive into Caleb Williams' potential legacy, let's take a moment to appreciate the journey we've just explored. If you've enjoyed this story and want more compelling breakdowns like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue sharing the narratives that define the game we all love. As we close this chapter, one question lingers. What will Caleb Williams' legacy become? For every pass he throws and every game he plays, he is crafting a story far greater than himself. It's the story of a young man from Washington, D.C., who dared to believe he could be the greatest. A journey that began with pre-dawn workouts and unrelenting discipline, transcended into high school heroics and Heisman moments, and now carries the promise of revolutionizing the quarterback position in the NFL. Legacies are built on defining moments, throws that defy physics, comebacks that ignite hope, and leadership that turns doubters into believers. Caleb Williams has shown time and again that he has the tools to create those moments. But more importantly, he has the will to seize them, to make the improbable possible, and to inspire everyone who watches him to dream a little bigger. As the NFL awaits his arrival, one thing is certain: Caleb Williams isn't just chasing greatness, he's redefining it. His journey is a reminder that the game is more than stats and wins. It's about the stories we tell and the players who make us believe in the extraordinary. So what do you think? Can Caleb Williams achieve the kind of legacy that leaves an indelible mark on football history? The answer isn't in the past, it's in the future that Caleb is ready to shape, one unforgettable moment at a time.